Hi, this is Jindo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. Today our topic is how to enter the Zen room, the Zendo, and also how to leave, and how to walk through it, and how to sit. And I'm going to toss in a bit about Hin, walking Zazen. Now, in order to be in the Zen hall, there are two basic hand positions you need to know. One is called Shashu. This is the position basically whenever we're walking through or standing in the Zen hall. Take your left hand, thumb down, make a fist, not in violence, put it over the heart. Take the right hand, put it over, thumb resting on top, about heart level. Notice my elbows, they're out to the left and right nicely. Not too stiff, nor too loose. You see some folks in the Zendo kind of let their elbows go down like this, and it's okay, but usually you just keep the elbows up, not too tight, not too loose. And the other position I'd like to show you is called Gasho. Gasho is our way of greeting. Namaste. The left and right come together as one. The fingers are not splayed, you see, together like this. Just about a little bit from my nose, about that far. Okay. Right at nose level is considered nice. And again, the elbows up, not too stiff, though you see some new recruit monks do that sometimes. And elbows not down, though. You know, you got some folks who are kind of casual, they'll do that, but it's okay. But usually we keep our elbows up nice like this. Now, I'm going to show you how to enter. My special effects department has created this amazing simulation of a door to represent our door. There are rules for everything in Zazen, in a Zen monastery. From the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed. Why? Well, it tells you a little that in all the restrictions and all the rules, if the heart is free, then one is free. You only feel bound and restricted if the heart feels bound and restricted. So let the heart be free. But we honor these traditions because they bring a little specialness and decorum and silence to the place. You notice across the room there's a Buddha statue. That's the one I selected to be here for today. And it just reminds us again as a representation of the specialness of this time, the specialness of this place. You can hear my cat joining in again to help us with the chanting. Well, I recommend you have something there too as a Buddha statue. You know, it doesn't have to be a Buddha statue, something in your heart that reminds you of the specialness of this moment. It could be a stone, it could be a flower, it could be an empty space. Sometimes, I'm getting off topic, but sometimes with my students I put up there a Coke bottle or an old rusty can to remind them that anything can be sacred if the heart sees it right. But I'm getting way off topic there. Let's get back to entering the room. Traditionally, if I'm on the left side, I enter with the left leg. My hands are in Shashu, as I've shown you in front. If I'm on the right side, it's okay, but you enter with the right leg. Step forward into the room. And now, as a greeting, I will bow in Gasho. Now, here's the thing. When you're walking through, I apologize too if the camera's a little jiggly when I move, but when you're walking through, you just don't walk through, guys. It's not like, hey, how you doing? Not like that. We walk through with proper decorum, following the contours of the room. If you're on the right side, it's okay. Left side, traditionally, we always go clockwise in the Zendo. You're going to hear me say that a few times today. So I've given my Gasho, arms back in Shashu, and I turn and walk following the contours of the room. Now here's the thing, when you come to the Buddha statue or the sacred space you have, traditionally we don't walk in front of it. It's just rude. If you can, you walk behind. But you know that's not always possible. For example, our Buddha statue here is against the wall. I have to walk in front. what do? Well, you get there, you can stay in Shashu. Just say, excuse me, in your heart, and then proceed through. And then you come to your cushion. Bow and Gasho. Now I'm going to show you how to straighten the cushion. Should I let you in? Come on. You can join us. Okay. Pets in the Zendo? Not traditional, but in our house, it's okay. You gotta let me show the people here though, Yuriko. We straighten the cushion now with 3 fingers. I bow, I've come to the cushion, I bow. Let me start again here. I come to the cushion, excuse me, Yuriko. I bow. With my 3 fingers, I take the cushion, I'm going to face it to you so you can see, and I kind of give it a fluff, about half a turn. Now then we come to a most important part, this white tag. You know, it's really just a name tag, but when you're sitting in a Zendo traditionally, it will be up directly in back of you in line with your spine. Shouldn't be just any old way. Why? Well, basically it's a matter of aesthetics. If you got 20 guys in the Zendo and their Zafus are all facing different ways, it doesn't look so nice. But if everyone has their line all aligned, looks nice. So try to keep this directly at your back, okay? So I've straightened my Zafu, and I'm going to put it down. Now there's 2 things to do here. We face the wall traditionally, right? You can have it, here's the white line, and when you're done with the bowing I'm going to show you, you just go around and sit. I'm going to show you a way that we do on tatami here, because tatami is nice and smooth. I'm going to sit and rotate around. I bet you can't do this because you're probably sitting on carpet, or maybe you're sitting on a zabuton. Your zafu doesn't turn so easily. So it's okay to just have your zafu the right way all along, and when you're done bowing, you just sit. You don't have to do what I'm about to show you. But in this case, I have my zafu. I straighten it. Now the white line is facing away from me. Excuse me, Yuriko. All right. I'm going to get up. And Gasho. This is Gasho. Greetings to all here. Now it may look like you're alone in that room where you're sitting, but in our Zendo, we all sit together. And I don't mean just with the cat. We're all with you. So your greeting is a greeting to all of us. Now you've Gasho this way. You turn clockwise. Always clockwise. We always turn to the right. Why? It's tradition. It was considered the lucky and beneficial way that the world turns. Try to always turn clockwise to the right. And we bow again to this part of the room. Then we sit. You sit as I showed you with the white line, nice and even with your back. Then as we discussed last time, your Zafu is making a nice wedge. Cat in your lap, I don't recommend. You, okay, are settled, and now I'm going to turn and rotate. I grab the back of the Zafu with 3 fingers, and with this hand, I'm going to push around. Excuse me, Yuriko. All right. Now I'm here. At this point, I will put my hands in the Zafu, in the Zazen mudra, the Zazen position for the hands, and rotate back and forth, left and right a few times, back and forth a couple of times, and find that nice, even, balanced position. Relax. I found the balanced place. Close the mouth. Take a few breaths through the mouth, and then try to breathe through the nose, if your cat allergies allow. Zazen begins traditionally with 3 bells. If you're by yourself and you have a little ringer, you can ring yourself. Bing, 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 and then just sit. Okay, jump ahead. 15, 30 minutes later, and Zazen ends. If you hear one bell, you're done for the day, and what we're going to do is get up, and you would just get up and leave the room. But if you hear two bells, bing, bing, that's for Kinhin, walking Zazen. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's pretend you've heard two bells, bing, bing. Now show, I'm going to spin around again. You don't have to do this part. As a matter of fact, this is for trained stunt people like myself. I don't recommend you do this at home. Use a safety net. But, oh, I'm going to do it with the cat. Excuse me, cat. I'm going to turn around like so. And now, I'm going to get up. Now, if you had worn slippers in, which you may do, your slippers should be in front of you, by the way, and they should be nice and neat. I can always tell the careful people because their slippers are nice and neat, and other people just come in and throw their slippers all over the place. Again, proper decorum. Probably you came in wearing socks. Well, you know, actually, no socks in the Zendo. Bare feet or slippers. But on a cold winter's day, I have to tell you, I don't think the Buddha minds so much. Right, Yuriko? So, socks in the winter, fine. But usually, bare feet or slippers. All right, time to get up. Yuriko, excuse me. We get up, and we turn clockwise to the cushion. We get down with 3 fingers. We adjust the cushion. The white now is facing towards me. Just looks nice. We push up. Gasho to this direction. Turn clockwise. Gasho this way. If you're going to remain standing, in Shashu. But if you're going to be walking Kinhin, turn for Kinhin. Now remember my rule about always turning clockwise? Well, every rule has an exception. I guess I'm turning now to the left. But I'm going to be walking through the room clockwise. Do you have to do that? No. If your room is different and you want to walk around the other way, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. But now we're going to walk Kinhin. Kinhin, again, hands in Shashu. This is walking Zazen. Zazen means actually seated meditation, so that doesn't really make sense, walking seated meditation. But you get the point. Kinhin. Kinhin, the eyes are open 1/3. Again, as in Zazen, it's because we do not push the world away. We do not run toward it. We see it, seeing everything and not thinking about anything in particular. The breath, again, will go at a nice, natural rhythm from in the hara. If you want to, keep your mind again on your breath, on the tip of your nose. That's fine. Tongue behind the teeth, same as Zazen. The one thing is that every time your breath reaches the top at a nice slow pace, take a half step forward. What do I mean by a half step? This is your feet. Breath reaches the top, half step forward. Breath reaches the top, half step forward, like so. Traditionally, start with the left foot. Breath reaches the top. In Rinzai Zen, they often go very fast, sometimes even running. In Soto Zen, very slow. No thought of big or small. The breath just at its own easy, slow rhythm. Why? This is the most important thing about Kinhin. It's not like any other walking we do in life. What do I mean? Always we walk from the time we get up in the morning to get someplace, to rush there with some purpose. In Kinhin, there's no other place to go. There's no destination but here. When here, there's just here. Totally this. No other place to go. Here, just here. Here is just here, and here is everything. Understand? Well, that's Kinhin, and I'm going to proceed around the room. If I have to turn, usually I turn respectfully a corner. You don't have to be too militaristic about it. And I proceed this way. Now again, if you're at a distance from the Buddha, it's not really considered rude. You're fine. You cross in front. If you want to, you can give a little bow like this and proceed. But definitely when you get close, if I'm here, let's say, I come to here, we usually do Kinhin for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I get to turn. Now I've come to the Buddha. Usually, again, I would not walk in front of the Buddha. But today I have no choice. So when I come here, I will give a little bow, excuse me, and shashu, and I will proceed. When does Kinhin end? Kinhin end when someone hits the clappers or rings a bell, or if you're by yourself, just when it's time. When it's over, we bow again in shashu. You can bow in gasho. Different places do it different ways. It's okay. I recommend just bowing in shashu. And we return to our sitting position. Bow towards the cushion. Turn clockwise. Bow outwards. Hands in shashu and wait. If it's time to sit again, repeat the procedure before. Turn, straighten your cushion, bow, and sit. If it's time to leave, you leave. Now, you could leave repeating the way you came in, or I'm going to walk this time down this side of the room. It's fine as long as you're being respectful, following the contours of the room, no shortcuts. So I'm going to come this way. When I get to the doorway, what I always do is briefly turn back in, give a little bow and gasho, and then step out. I'm on the right side of the door, it's now my left side. I step out with the leg that's closest. Here you go. Did you step out with the right leg? And that's it. It's all Zazen, everything, not just sitting on the cushion. And let me tell you something. It doesn't just end when you come in the room. It doesn't just end when you go back out to the world. All of it. Right? Well, on behalf of Yuriko and me, that's okay.